आप सोसाइटी का आप सोसाइटी का हिस्सा हो, and you have people around you who are concerned, they want you there, you are part of a larger group, you're part of a larger community, so there is inclusion, there is belonging, there is wanting, there is happiness. So all that you said about me, Amrita, it just made me feel so happy. And whether or not I really deserve all those beautiful words that you said, but what I'm going to say today, what I'm going to speak about creating valued social roles at the end of it, it matters only, it boils down to only one thing: what we are seen as by society, and uh, the good things of life that come to us. It isn't as if self-esteem doesn't matter. Of course, it matters. How I see myself matters the most, but it definitely helps. I might see myself as someone unique, but because I'm a social prani, I live not alone. I live in society. I live with others. I interact with people every day. That is why what matters also is that how the outer world sees me. So, making my presentation, am I allowed to share? Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. Mhm. Hold on. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just let me go to presenter view. Okay, you can still see the screen only, right? You cannot see the side, the presenter view. Okay, right, Amrita? So I'm moving and you can hear me, all of you. So today we are going to be talking about creating valued roles or valued social roles. Uh, I want you all to tell me what you think society values. So अगर आप सारे chat box में थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ लिखने की मेहनत करोगे, and we see what comes. What do you think society values? सबसे ज्यादा society में क्या matter करता है? We are talking about everybody, okay? We are not talking about just ourselves. We are talking about general public, the person on the road, everybody. Let me chat. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. What does society value? Is the question on the screen? That's the question. You can see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the question. Okay, money. Yes, absolutely. Money makes the world go. Honest opinion, self-respect. So true. Don't you want good clothes? What does society value? If you are well dressed, yes, character. I'm well dressed. I turn up at a meeting well dressed. Yes, acceptance the way you are. That society, that you value more than society. Understand the question. What does society like? What makes society click? Okay, honesty. What about good clothes? What about looks? Oh, I think was it beauty, Jija? Yeah. Yes, you're right. Doesn't matter. Okay. But it does. Responsibility. Shall I share some of the things which we feel that society values and it matters to a lot of people? Yeah. Society values money and status. Absolutely right. I think I'm getting the word that I needed is right there. So these are some of the things that society actually values, whether we agree with it or not. But the unfortunate point here is that society values wealth. You are rich, more the value in society. Material prosperity, the material goods, health, beauty of body, youth, newness, competence, independence, intelligence, productivity. How you are contributing towards being in the samaj. तुम क्या काम करते हो? Is the question everybody gets asked. Achievement. You stood first. You got something. I run a business, nourished by Neelam Sodhi. People know me as a small entrepreneur. I'm given value, and yes. Yesterday, I won first prize at a Future Tycoons event, Future Tycoons competition that the district administration held. And among 4,500 applicants in the women category, nourished by Neelam Sodhi got first prize. मेरी value बढ़ गई कि नहीं बढ़ गई? Obviously बढ़ गई. Because now people sit up and take recognition. Oh, she got a prize, which means her product, her idea is good. Now I'm expecting more sales to happen, more people to accept what I'm trying to say. So, achievement is what society looks at in a positive way. And individualism, unrestrained choice is what we want for ourselves. So, if it boils down to what does society value? Society values somebody's status, somebody's standard. When you meet a new person at a party, anywhere, and the first thing, say, okay, what is your name? And after that, they ask you, Acha, tum kya karte ho? Padhte ho? Kya kaam karte ho? So even if I'm running a home, I say I'm a homemaker, which means I have a valued social role, a role that society can recognize, identify with, understand. And that gives me status, and that designs the standard that I hold in society. But there are these other things also which make for a good, rich life. And like you all said, somebody said responsibility, honesty, acceptance the way you are. So having a good job is important, but feeling secure is also important. Being a part of family and community, participation, contribution, showing up at social events, being asked who you are, given the importance, recognition, serving others, money and possessions, all this are important. And along with that, plenty of rich experiences, a strong self-image, acceptance, my contributions are appreciated, a decent reputation, friends. But many of us, and especially persons with disabilities and some other groups like senior citizens, they face social devaluation. What is social devaluation? It is judged as being of less value than other people. Why? Because we do not have what society understands as important and gives value to, and we do not belong to a group or a community, or we are not able to contribute, or we do not have a valued social role. So when a person or a group together is devalued, it might not just be one individual, it might just be an entire group. A group of persons with disabilities, they can't do anything. Then what happens? The consequences of the devaluation start taking over. The devalued condition takes over the identity of the person. The person is not known as Neelam. She is known as she is Downs, she is mental, she is CP. वो LD है. Neelam is forgotten. Neelam is known by the by the label, the disability, or what is written on her UDID card. Then society rejects that individual. So that individual has to face rejection. And once these assumptions develop in the mind of society, that label is given, rejection is there. So the society starts thinking, parents start thinking, companions, the therapists or the people we work with, the school, the colleges, and everybody else in the community starts thinking, oh, this person is not going to have any future. She will never work a job. She has Down syndrome. She'll never work a job. She has cerebral palsy. She can't move. She cannot study. Why? How can she go to college? She is weak. Oh, what a tragedy. How bad it is for parents to have her in her life. There is no hope for her. She is not normal. Her family is being punished. Oh, we hope she'll die young. Down syndrome people, they are stubborn. They have behavior issues. She is hyper. What a burden to her family. This is what the thinking starts to become. And then what happens is those who have the condition are said to suffer from it. Now, here in this image, the suffering mindset is the society's mindset. In this image, you see a child who has cerebral palsy, but the child is smiling. The child is happy. The child is probably looking at someone and feeling good. Yet, the poster says, I suffer. I suffer. And when the word is used, suffer, what is being read by all those people? What is going on in the mind of all those people who see this poster? That a child with disability is suffering. Although it is a condition and you learn to live with it, you learn to move on beautifully with it, it becomes a part of your life, it becomes a part of you, and you are richer than just that condition. But all these leave wounds, the wounds of devaluation, the wounds of rejection, segregation, being labeled, of having no expectations, of having no future defined for you, the invisible wounds which make you feel scared, which always crop up and say, you are going to be a failure. If you try something new, will it really work? Will someone accept you the way you are? Or will you always be, sorry. Or will you always be on the fringe of society? I have nothing to contribute. I'm always taking from people. And these invisible wounds of devaluation, each of them has a story behind it, and they stay in the mind, and each wound hurts. It may stay for lifelong, or you may do something else about it. To heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. You can change the story. But what really works to change this story of devaluation? What really works to change this scenario? What really works to lift people up? What really works to lift up the social standard? It is the social roles, how society sees us. Instead of being seen as a problem or a project or a client or a patient, when you get to be seen as a person, as an individual, as a citizen, as a person with same needs, and not as an individual with special needs, that is when the story change. And the way to change it is by social role valorization, encouraging valued social roles. That is, valued social roles, like I already said, are those in which society gives us more value. Encouraging valued social role involves helping individuals, anybody who is marginalized, to occupy respected positions in society. And what could these respected position in society be? It could just be that of a friend. It could be that of a sibling who is being heard by the others. It could be an employee, a volunteer, a neighbor, just about anyone. These respected positions in society, which improve the quality of life, the dignity, and the community standing. And social role valorization is exactly that process which increases social inclusion and provides personal purpose to individual by focusing on what I can contribute, what I can do, and positive perception by society. Because when society is going to perceive me positively, it is only then that I am going to be able to earn more self-esteem. So another thing that we say, that when you have valued social role, the good things in life, all those good things that we talked about, appreciation, valued appreciation, money, wealth, being belonging, having a say, having the ability to use the choices that we have, and respect and dignity, everything. The good things in life come to those who have valued social roles. And how do you create these valued social roles? Both through image enhancement as well as competency enhancement. Now, competency enhancement, we all understand. So we know that if we are to be in the role of, say, a student, then we have to be in a place which is the school or the classroom, but we have to study, we have to get those grades, we have to get a degree or a certificate which says that you can do this. If I want to be an artist, I need to become competent. I need to learn how to draw. I need to learn how to paint. I need to learn how to use the correct tools. So competency enhancement, we all understand. But what is image enhancement? Image enhancement is not just looking good. Image enhancement is playing the part. If I am to be an artist, but if I am to be seen as an artist, but if I am given a color book which is being used by someone of class 3, grade 3, and I'm asked to color within the circles with a color pencil or a crayon and said, you have to remain within the circles alone. I'm not going to be seen seriously as an artist. In order to be seen as an artist, I need to be using those tools which anyone of an appropriate age, a corresponding same age would be using. Then my image gets enhanced. And as I'm seeing as an individual who is an artist. And when there is an image enhancement, because not just the way I present myself, the surroundings in which I have to play that role, individual role, the way I look that part, the way I behave that part, the way I speak that part, all that is a part of image enhancement. And when you have the image enhancement, then you have belonging. People accept you in the group because they want you there. You seem to be a part of that group. Then there is acceptance, acceptance of who you are as you are. But to be able to get to that acceptance of who you are as you are, that competency enhancement also has to happen. And a corresponding to the competency, the image enhancement also has to happen. And then you are allowed to participate in everything that everyone else does at all different levels. So competency enhancement and image enhancement, they lead to valued social roles, and those valued social roles lead to the good things in life. Now here, if we can do a small exercise, so you get an idea of what are the valued social roles that you see in yourself. So far, is everybody is understanding like what I said? Is the terminology valued roles clear? सबको समझ आ रही है कि या फिर मैं हिंदी में
Yeah,
कुछ
I was going to say that if you can be a little bilingual, ma'am, it can also help a little, like,
yeah,
uh,
right. So valued social roles क्या होती हैं? वो किरदार होते हैं जिससे समाज हमें इज्जत देता है। यानी कि अगर हम ये सामने की स्लाइड ही देख लें तो उसमें एक किरदार है। क्या किरदार है? एक किरदार है होम ओनर का। होम ओनर मतलब जो गृहस्थी चलाता है, घर को चलाता है और घर उसका है। सो जो कोई होम ओनर होता है, तो हम जब उठते हैं, हम जागते हैं, तो हम क्या करते हैं? हम अपने घर के काम करते हैं। हमसे उम्मीद की जाती है कि हम वो काम करेंगे, है ना? एक एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है। मैं अगर पीछे की स्लाइड्स की तरफ जाऊं तो जो सोशल स्टैंडर्ड है, यानी कि समाज हमें किस नजरिए से देखता है, अगर समाज हमें एक अच्छे नजरिए से देखता है, हमें इज्जत देता है, हम जो उसको दिख रहे हैं एज अ पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी जो कुछ नहीं करता, तो क्या हमें वो इज्जत मिलेगी? या एक पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी जो एक स्टूडेंट है, एक पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी जो होम ओनर है, मैं अपने घर की पूरी जिम्मेदारी लेता हूं। मैं अपना घर को साफ भी रखता हूं, मैं घर के सारा राशन भी लेके आता हूं, मैं घर के बाहर भी काम कर लेता हूं, किसी प्लम्बर को बुलाना है तो मैं वो भी कर लेता हूं, चाहे मेरे पास नौकरी हो कि ना हो। लेकिन अगर मैं होम ओनर का भी किरदार बखूबी निभा रहा हूं, जिससे कि मेरी फैमिली को एक कंट्रीब्यूशन महसूस होता है कि हमें तो टेंशन ही नहीं करनी पड़ती, घर का सारा संभाल ही हमारा बेटा कर लेता है। या फिर आप नहीं मोबाइल हो, या आप एक जगह बैठे भी हो, लेकिन आप इतना कर लेते हो कि आपने कहीं से सब्जी ऑर्डर कर दी, किसी की आपने मदद कर दी, आपने एक वो रोल अपना लिया कि ये हाउस हेल्प का भी काम कर लेते हैं, या आप अपनी चॉइसेस भी कम्युनिकेट कर लेते हो। अच्छा, ये क्या करती हैं? ये हमें बताती हैं कि हमें बाकी काम कैसे करने हैं। आप एक किरदार में होते हो, आप सिर्फ एक पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी नहीं हो, लेकिन आप एक किरदार में हो, आप कुछ कर रहे हो, कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो जिससे कि समाज आपकी वैल्यू करता है। तब आप प्रॉब्लम, एक प्रोजेक्ट, इसको इसको ठीक करना है। ये क्या, ये कौन है? ये जी, ये डाउन्स है, ये सेरेब्रल पॉल्सी है, ये बीमार है, ये इसको हम थेरेपी के लिए लेके जाते हैं, इसलिए ये एक पेशेंट है। जब आप उन किरदारों से हटके, वो आपका किरदार ना बन के आप एक इंसान की तरह देखे जाते हो, ये कौन है? ये नीलम है, ये सोमा है। जब आपकी पहचान आपके खुद से होती है, आपके काम से होती है, और आपकी जरूरतें बाकियों को स्पेशल ना समझ के एक जैसी बराबर दिखती हैं, तब आपको समाज इज्जत देता है। और समाज में इज्जत पाने के लिए हमें वो किरदार अपनाने पड़ेंगे, क्रिएट करने पड़ेंगे। अगर हम पेरेंट्स हैं तो हम अपने बच्चों के लिए, अगर हम एडल्ट्स हैं तो हम दूसरों की हेल्प लेके चाहे या अपने आप, वो किरदार हम बनाएं कि जिससे दूसरे हमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट इंडिविजुअल, एक ऐसा इंसान कि जिसकी कदर की जा सके, जिसको रिस्पेक्ट दी जा सके, जिसको समाज ये मानता है कि यस, ये भी कुछ इज्जत के काबिल है। जब वो वैल्यूड रोल्स हो जाते हैं तो अपने आप हमारे लिए दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं, ना सिर्फ समाज में रहने के और इज्जत पाने के, लेकिन छुट्टियां मनाने के, जिम्मेदारियां निभाने के, लोगों की उम्मीदों पे खड़े होने के लिए। रिस्पेक्ट, पैसा, अच्छी चीजें जिंदगी में। हमारे यहाँ आशीर्वाद में, हमारे यहाँ एक यंग मैन है आशीष, और आशीष को हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट और सेरेब्रल पॉल्सी दोनों है। अब आशीष ने जब हमारे पास आना शुरू किया तो सिर्फ थेरेपी के लिए आता था, कम्युनिकेशन के लिए आता था। धीरे धीरे आशीष ने स्टिचिंग सीखना शुरू किया, और फिर वो एक बहुत कामयाब टेलर बन गया और एक इंडस्ट्रियल मशीन चलानी शुरू कर दी उसने। हम उसको बहुत इज्जत देने लगे। हम तो पहले भी बहुत प्यार करते थे, क्योंकि हमारे पास जो आता है उसके लिए हमने जी जान लगा के मेहनत करनी है। लेकिन जब हमारे पास कोई विजिटर आता, या स्टाफ में ही, जब आशीष इतना बढ़िया काम कर लेता है, आशीष ने कमाना शुरू कर दिया, एक जो चमक आती है आपकी आंख में, जो एक भाषा आपकी बदल जाती है किसी के बारे में बात करने पे, वो चीज आनी जब शुरू हुई तो पता चला कि आशीष की इज्जत एक्चुअली होनी शुरू हो गई, क्योंकि आशीष ने अपनी पहचान कैसे बनाई थी? एज अ टेलर। उसके फादर को एक दिन पूछा, सेलिब्रेशन था, उसका बर्थडे था, बाय चांस किसी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो फंडिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, कोई आए हुए थे। दे वर सो इम्प्रेस्ड के इतना बढ़िया काम करता है। तो कहते हैं कि हम इसके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं। उसके फादर को भी हमने बुलाया हुआ था, तो हमने फादर को बोला कि आप बताओ, आशीष के फ्यूचर में आप क्या देखते हो? नाउ द सरप्राइजिंग थिंग इज कि आशीष, बिकॉज कम्युनिकेशन इशू थी, घर जाके उसने ये जरूर बताया था कि मैं मशीन चलाता हूँ, कपड़े सीता हूँ, बैग बनाता हूँ, लेकिन उसके फादर को वो बात दिखी नहीं उसकी कि वो कितना कामयाबी से ये काम करता है। जब उसको पूछा कि आप फ्यूचर में क्या देखते हो, तो जवाब था, मैडम जो आप बोलोगे वो हम कर देंगे। लेकिन जब उन्होंने दूसरों की बात सुनी, अरे ये तो कमाल की स्टिचिंग करता है, अरे ये इंडस्ट्रियल मशीन पे बैठ के देखो सिलाई कर रहा है, इसकी क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क कैसी है। तो फादर की आंखें खुली की खुली रह गई। He was so surprised, and you could see the attitudinal change, the mindset change. अच्छा, मेरा बेटा भी कुछ कर सकता है, मेरा बेटा कमा लेगा। उसके बाद हमने जब अप्रोच किया कि इसको फैक्ट्री में काम दिलाना है, कहता कोई बात नहीं, मैं छोड़ के आ जाया करूंगा, आप काम दिलाओ। टू अ फादर हु वाज रेजिस्टेंट बिकॉज उसको अपने ही बेटे में वैल्यू नहीं दिख रही थी। लेकिन जब उसके सामाजिक किरदार यानी कि दुनिया ने जब उसको इज्जत देनी शुरू करी, क्यों? क्योंकि वो ऐसे किरदार में था कि समाज उसके साथ आइडेंटिफाई कर सकता था। समाज तो टेलर को पहचानता है ना। हमने अपनी स्टिचिंग करनी है, बुटीक पे जाते हैं, हम कहते हैं वाह टेलरिंग आती है, मुझे तो स्टिचिंग नहीं आती है, आपको स्टिचिंग आती है, कितना बढ़िया काम करते हो। आप इज्जत देते हो, आप वाहवाही करते हो। तो ऑटोमेटिकली अब आशीष की लाइफ में पैसा भी है, और आशीष का अब नेक्स्ट सपना है आईफोन खरीदना। अभी आशीष सिलाई के अलावा कैफे में भी काम करता है। बहुत सारे उसने दोस्त बना लिए हैं। कम्युनिकेशन इशू होने के बावजूद साइन लैंग्वेज और कम्युनिकेशन कार्ड्स के जरिए वो अपना रैपिडो खुद बुक करता है, रैपिडो वाले को एड्रेस बताता है, गाइड करता है, अपनी वर्क प्लेस पे इंडिविजुअली आता है, और वहां पे 200 लोगों का स्टाफ है, आई एम सॉरी, 200 लोगों का स्टाफ है, सभी उसके दोस्त हैं। बिलोंगिंग, मनी, सपना ऑफ दैट आईफोन जो और नजदीक आ रहा है कि धीरे धीरे किसी दिन वो भी खरीदा जाएगा। ये सब क्यों आया? क्यों आया ये सब कुछ? बिकॉज ही स्टार्टेड हैविंग दोज वैल्यूड सोशल रोल्स। तो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, कॉम्पिटेंसी तो आ गई, हमने टेलर तो बना दिया, लेकिन अगर हम हाथ वाली मशीन पे बिठाते वर्सेस हमने इंडस्ट्रियल मशीन पे उसको काम करना सिखाया, लोग उसको इंडस्ट्रियल मशीन पे देखते हैं। आप खुद बताओ, विच इज गोइंग टू गेट हिम more competency and image enhancement, the हाथ वाली machine or the industrial machine? Which will give him more enhancement? The challenging one, right?
Ma'am, industrial machine.
Yes, industrial machine, because it is more challenging, because there is more of an expectation in it. इतना काम कर सकता है इंस्टेड ऑफ सिंपल काम। सो यू सी, कॉम्पिटेंसी पे भी एक बार ही अचीव हो गई तो यू कैन नॉट सेटल देयर, यू हैव टू इंक्रीज द कॉम्पिटेंसी, यू हैव टू इंक्रीज द कॉम्पिटेंसी, यू हैव टू कीप ग्रोइंग एंड लर्निंग मोर। और उससे इमेज एनहांसमेंट, मशीन पे बैठा सिल रहा है, कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है सबसे कि मैं ये काम कर लेता हूं, और देखने में भी स्मार्ट हो गया है, कपड़ों का ध्यान रखता है, शूज का ध्यान रखता है। तो ऑटोमेटिकली इमेज एनहांसमेंट, कॉम्पिटेंसी एनहांसमेंट, जिससे कि बिलोंगिंग, मैं इस समाज का हिस्सा हूं, लोग उसको अपने पास बुलाते हैं, उसकी पहचान बनी, एक्सेप्टेंस हुई, और छोटी छोटी चीजों में वो पार्टिसिपेट करता है। यहां तक कि हमारे यहाँ डायरेक्ट सपोर्ट प्रैक्टिशनर्स की ट्रेनिंग थी, तो पूरे 2 सेशंस उसको टाइम ही वही मिला, 2 सेशंस बैठ के उसने अटेंड किया, उसने कंट्रीब्यूट किया, अपने आइडियाज बताए, एंड इट वाज सो गुड टू हैव हिम देयर। क्योंकि हमें पता था कि वो समझ रहा है सब कुछ, क्योंकि वो जी रहा है ये सब कुछ। सो व्हेन यू आर इन वैल्यूड सोशल रोल्स, आई होप अब सबको समझ आ रही है। कदर, कदरा कीमता, पंजाबी च कहीदा कदरा कीमता, जो पंजाब से हैं, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਦਰਾਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਚ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਮਾਜ ਦਾ ਰਵੱਈਆ, ਸਮਾਜ ਦੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਧਾਰਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲ ਬਦਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਾਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਦਰਾਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਹੋ। So what are these different valued social roles? Do you want to experiment, everybody? Then I'm just giving you an example here. Shall I go on, Soma? Yeah. So what you can see in this image on the purple one, the homeowner. Now, homeowner, घर, घर चलाने वाली, घर चलाने वाला भी हो सकता है ना? ऐसा थोड़ी है कि लड़कियां ही घर चलाती हैं। जेंडर रोल्स हियर। सो घर चलाने वाला, अब मेरा बेटा है जसविंदर, वो अपना घर खुद चलाता है। सो घर चलाने वाली, मैं उठी सुबह, कर्टन्स खोले, पानी दिया पौधों को, जाके चाय बनाई, घर की साफ सफाई करी, और उसके बाद फिर मैं काम पे निकल। फिर इन द रोल ऑफ वाइफ, वाइफ क्या है? रिलेशनशिप, ठीक है ना? तो ये एक किरदार है। अब एक ही इंसान के कितने सारे किरदार हैं। तो अगर मैं अपनी बात करूं, तो मैं किसी की पत्नी हूं, किसी की माँ हूं, किसी की मासी हूं, किसी की मामी हूं, है ना? तो ये मेरे रिश्तों में किरदार है। दीज आर द डिफरेंट वैल्यूड रोल्स दैट आई प्ले इन रिलेशनशिप्स। फिर मैं एक एम्प्लॉयर हूं, मैं लोगों को एम्प्लॉय करती हूँ, और एक गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट हूं बाय प्रोफेशन। सो मेरे कितने रोल्स और बढ़ गए, ठीक है? मैं जब अपने एम्प्लॉयर्स को गाइड करती हूँ, तो मैं एक गाइड के रोल में भी आ जाती हूँ कि काम ऐसे करना है। जब मैं कोई ट्रेनिंग करती हूँ, जैसे कि मैं अभी कर रही हूँ, देन व्हाट रोल एम आई इन? आई एम अ व्हाट? टाइप समबडी और बोलो।
Trainer.
Yes, training is an activity, but trainer is the role. So, training anybody can do, but when I call myself a trainer, I get respect. If I say I do training versus if I say I am a trainer, which is getting me more respect?
I am a trainer.
Trainer, obviously a trainer. So you see, there is an activity and there is a role. You want to be describing those roles. Then, if I am a gynecologist, when I'm in my role as a gynecologist, I'm also expected by others. See, when you are in a role, people expect you to do something. There are social expectations. There is a behavior which is expected from you. Gynecologist, she's going to talk to us nicely. She is going to be well informed. She will be able to explain to us things very well, whatever disease we have. My responsibility it is to examine my patient, prescribe my test. So those are my duties in that role. And the privileges, what are the benefits that I get out of being a gynecologist? I obviously get money, I get respect, I get fame, I get to feel important that I am helping somebody. So, see, those are the benefits of being in a role. So, when you are in a role, look at the left side of the screen. Okay. Which are valued social roles की side में है. A social role is a set of, let me see if I can use the PowerPoint. Okay, here's the pointer. This laser pointer. So this is what I want you to look at. Social role क्या होता है? It is a set of associated behaviors. किस तरह से मैं उस रोल में अपना किरदार निभा रही हूं, मेरे से क्या उम्मीद की जाती है, then expectations, responsibilities, and privileges. So, कोई भी social role, if you are working in a corporate, you have to reach, if you're working in an office, any office, and as Soma, you have to reach on time. That is expected of you. And then that is your responsibility is that the work that is given to you has to be completed. Your behavior has to be such that it is polite, courteous, सबके साथ प्यार से बात करना, किसी के साथ रूड नहीं होना, और privileges, आपको ट्रेनिंग का बेनिफिट मिलता है, सोमा को ट्रैवल का बेनिफिट मिलता है। तो ट्रैवल चाहे काम के लिए भी होता है, तो घूमने का मौका भी मिलता है, नवी जगह देखने का मौका मिलता है। सी, दोज आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ बीइंग सोमा. Soma's role as a person, as an employee in Enable India, and a project, and somebody who is leading a project, right? So those are the behaviors, expectations, responsibilities, and privileges that you get out of a role. And these valued social roles, which social role valorization is a set of 10 themes. It is a way which describes and helps how to create those valued social roles. So it's an entire big course in itself. And today I'm just telling you what are valued social roles. Even if we do not go into entire theory, what we need to understand is that when you make this role list at work, what roles do you have at home? If you are watering the plants, then you are also in the role of a Mali, right? who waters the plants. If you are cooking, even an omelette, you know how to make tea, you are in the role of a cook at that time. So, see, you have so many roles. Then, community. What do you do in the community? What do you do for recreation? You might be a YouTuber, you might be a diamond artist, like we have somebody in the group. You might be an assistant in a special education unit. You might be a senior software developer. You might be somebody who's a gymmer, somebody who is a fitness enthusiast. So many roles. Every time you do something, try not to think of it as an activity, but think of roles. Then the relationships, like I said, a sister or a brother or an aunt or an uncle or a friend. Community may, you could just be going to the temple. So you are a temple goer, you are a worshipper. Don't think of activities, think of roles. And when today, you could probably take a photo of this, or I'll put it in the group, just this screenshot. Amrita, can you take a photo and then you can just share it in
Yeah,
the group?
yeah.
So you need to make a list of roles for yourself. Remember, the more the roles, the more value you have. So if at this moment of time you are having fewer roles, then the recognition you will get is only from those roles. And what did I say right at the beginning? When Amrita जब मुझे इंट्रोड्यूस कर रही थी, और अमृता मेरे बारे में कितने रोल्स के बारे में बता रही थी. मैं नरिश चलाती हूँ, मैं फाउंडर मेंबर हूँ आशीर्वाद की, मैं गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट हूँ. ये तो 4-5 चीजें तो ऐसी बताई. अब हर एक में मेरी एक जिम्मेदारी है, हर एक से मेरे को बेनिफिट मिलता है. हर एक रोल में मैं कितने लोगों को और मिलती हूँ. हर एक रोल से मेरे को एक अलग इज्जत मिलती है, मेरी एक अलग पहचान होती है, मुझे खुशी मिलती है, मुझे काम करने का मौका मिलता है. अगर मैं आज एसआरवी ट्रेनर ना होती, अगर मैं आज एनेबल इंडिया के साथ एक जुड़ी ना होती कम्युनिटी रोल, आई एम I am associated with Enable India. अगर मैं फाउंडर मेंबर ऑफ आशीर्वाद ना होती, तो क्या मैं आज इतने लोगों के सामने ये बढ़िया वाली प्रेजेंटेशन कर पाती? बताओ जी, हो पाता? नहीं. Because I have so many valued roles, that is the reason where I'm meeting new people today. इतने सारे लोगों के सामने मैं अपनी बात कह पा रही हूँ, मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस हो रहा है, मैं हर बारी बेटर फील करती हूँ जब मैं ये सब कुछ करती हूँ. तो the more roles you have, the more value you have. And for more roles, you need to have those competency enhancement. आप अगर एक काम कर रहे हो तो अकेले उसमें खुश ना हो, क्योंकि किसी भी इंसान के, आप अपनी मम्मी के बारे में सोच लो. अरे जॉय मुखर्जी, यू हैव योर मदर सिटिंग नेक्स्ट टू यू, आई कैन सी यू देयर. नाउ इफ यू थिंक ऑफ योर मदर, तो शी हैज सो मेनी रोल्स फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग टू इवनिंग, शी इज फ्रॉम मूविंग फ्रॉम वन रोल टू अनदर रोल, है ना. उठते हैं तो शी इज cook, making chai. Then after that, she's cleaning the house, homemaker. Then after that, she's going somewhere else. So many roles. पूरा दिन we are filled with roles. तो जब वो होता है, तो हमारा mind occupied होता है. We start feeling good about ourselves. Our mental health gets better. हम अपने आप की पहचान बढ़ाते हैं, लोग हमारे बारे में अच्छा जानते हैं, हमें इज्जत मिलती है, डिग्निटी मिलती है, and we get all the good things of life. Remember that you are doing your best. Your best does not have to be perfect, but at least it has to be your best. So if you say, मैं तो यही कर सकती हूँ, no, there is always something else that you can try to become good at. So like I said, more valued roles, the more rich your life gets, not just with money, but with experiences, with friends. जो लोग आपको मिलते हैं, जो जिनके साथ आप इंटरैक्ट करते हो, जो चीजें आप एंजॉय करते हो. एंड दैट्स माय लास्ट स्लाइड. ये माया एंजेलो, वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट ऑथर्स, ये उनकी कोटेशन मैं पढ़ रही हूँ और उसके बाद मैं फिनिश करूंगी. यू मे शूट मी विद योर वर्ड्स। आप मुझे अपने शब्दों से भेद सकते हो। यू मे कट मी विद योर आईज। आप अपनी आंखों के एक लुक से मुझे काट सकते। यू मे किल मी विद योर हेटफुलनेस। आप अपनी हेट से आ, मुझे मारने की कोशिश कर सकते हो, बट फिर भी, बट स्टिल लाइक एयर आई विल राइज। जो भी जख्म समाज मुझे देता है, मैंने उन जख्मों से हार नहीं माननी है। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे अगर डिसेबिलिटी है तो मुझे ईश्वर ने ये भी ताकत दी है कि मैं इन सब से ऊपर उठ सकूं। और ईश्वर ने ये भी मुझे बताया है कि मैं resilient हूं। I am able to overcome all this. I am able to move on with my life. You all persons with disability who are listening to me right now, remember you have more strength than anyone else who is of your age. You have come through a lot, and you may need to go through a lot, but you are always going to rise. And because you're always going to rise, that is why you are here in this group, and you're going to help each other get better. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, the session, like last time also, this time also, it's beautifully the message conveyed. So like ma'am was trying to say, like as ma'am told, the value education. So, like the gist of it, what I understand, like my understanding about this session is that, see, in our community, we'll say that, what are you doing? Say that we are working in such and such. Maybe I am a manager, like I am a teacher, like that. So beyond that, we all have our own personalities. Like ma'am told, how we act in our family, how we act with our friends, how we act in our profession is all different, and we are all trying to do our best in each of it. So you can actually, from her session, what did you understand, like from of now, what is the change of perception, like how you are going to introduce yourself? Someone can just share some viewpoints, like what is the value now you're bringing forward, like what did you understand from the session? A small word you can share about it. You can even use the chat also. If someone is coming and saying, it will be beautiful, so the platform is open to you. Tejasvi and all can write, like whoever is comfortable to write in chat can chat, write, or
Ma'am, can
yeah, hi.
so ma'am, my name is Arush. I just learned that there are different roles we perform when we get up on a daily basis. Which so this is how we can introduce ourselves. So like I can say that I'm a marathon runner. I work with a lawyer. So I work in an office, or I help my dad with clinic work whenever I get time. So maybe a clinic coordinator, everything. So there are different roles we have in our life that we keep on performing on a daily basis, and that makes our identity, and that that is what I love.
Yes, of course.
And
Yes.
and more the roles, more the opportunities to get recognized.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely. Yeah. So, इन दिस ग्रुप आई फील, मुझे लगता है कि काफी लोग तो कुछ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हैं कुछ लोग कि जिनकी लाइफ में बहुत सारे रोल्स मिसिंग भी हो सकते हैं। ये मैसेज इज नॉट जस्ट फॉर द इंडिविजुअल्स विद सेरेब्रल पॉल्सी जो यहाँ है, लेकिन पेरेंट्स भी साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं। तो जब हमें ये जो वुंड्स की बात करी है, वुंड्स आर नॉट जस्ट ऑफ द पर्सन, द इंडिविजुअल देमसेल्व्स, ये वुंड्स पेरेंट्स के भी हैं। क्योंकि जब हमें कोई पूछता है कि आपका बच्चा क्या करता है, आपका बेटा क्या कर रहा है, आपकी बेटी क्या कर रहे हैं, और शुरू से जी ऐसे ही हैं, कुछ कर भी पाते हैं कि नहीं, वो बहुत हर्ट करता है। लेकिन जब आप समाज को, चाहे वो एक रोल है, आप कहते हो वो स्पेशल स्कूल जाता है, बताओ लोग क्या सोचेंगे। वर्सेस अगर आप ये कहते हो कि वो एक सेंटर जाता है जहां वो थेरेपी कराता है क्योंकि उसकी मोबिलिटी में प्रॉब्लम है। नाउ व्हाट हैव यू बिकम? You have become an individual who needs to take physical therapy. At least it's better than saying that I go to a special school. One, so it's tiny change in the way you speak, the way you think about it. प्लस ऑल्सो कि मेरा बेटा, so what are you doing at that center where you are going? If you are not in a positive role in that center, then believe me वो थेरेपी आपके लिए काम नहीं कर रही है आपको। yes, so my language builds the culture and language is how people see us. तो अगर हम सिर्फ फिजियोथेरेपी करा के वापस आ रहे हैं, then that is not doing so much for our roles. We need to identify roles for ourselves. I think Nandini has her hand up if we can do it.
Yes, Nandini, go ahead.
Yes. Nice message from Karthik.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening, ma'am. Click work. No work. I am the girl value. Value. Work and the cookie. Work we are taking. Work we are taking. Get keep working. Work we are contributing. Good cooking. That's more important. People care even for community. You can all do. Even I work with girl. Can talking. But when I talking, I can find key. People were giving back to back. But when I was taking with park up come activity like the committee and look at people were coming. They were able to go gig. Or we were able to go gig. They were for committee. But I was getting to people. No, I was for committee. But I have my own value. It is not about I also get contributor cookie.
Yes.
Cookie work. Very informative work. Again, work we are taking. Get people work we are giving. For the future can get cook. That's very important. I remember like people working. The way get contributing. We
Yes.
also get contribute for future generation. Thank you.
Very well said, Nandini, that we are taking, but what are we giving? And obviously, we can contribute. But anybody who's on earth, anybody who's living on earth can contribute. And you remember, Nandini, कितने लोग हैं इस दुनिया में, आते हैं और जी के चले जाते हैं और कभी सोचते भी नहीं है कि हम किसी के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं। तो हम तो डेफिनेटली उनसे ज्यादा अच्छी सोच रखते हैं कि हम किसी के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं।
Yeah, I obviously. Any other thoughts?
मैम मुझे कुछ बोलना है।
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
तो मैं जब बाहर जाती हूँ तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि इनफैक्ट मतलब एक रेस्टोरेंट में गया था तो वहाँ पे स्टेयर लिफ्टर था। हम सोचे थे स्टेयर लिफ्टर में हमारा एक्सेसिबिलिटी थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा पर नहीं हुआ। पर जैसा मैं सोची थी वैसा नहीं हुआ। तो मैं पूरा दुखी हो गया तो how will I deal with that?
If I am to understand Samragi ke mobility accessibility issue tha, is that it?
She went to where there chair lift as well. So she thought that then it became accessible for me. She
So
was very, but the way that the way she thought it didn't happen.
yeah.
She
So
yeah.
Samragi, आपने समरगी आपने रेस्टोरेंट वाले को बताया ये बात कि आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा, आप उतना एंजॉय नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि एक्सेसिबिलिटी इतनी थी नहीं? डिड यू से दैट टू दैट रेस्टोरेंट ओनर?
मैं बोला था पर बोला इसलिए तो सेल लिफ्टर हम लोग ने लगाई पर सेल लिफ्टर अभी ठीक ठाक से काम नहीं कर रहा है तो 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 उन्होंने भी बहुत कोशिश किया, बहुत कोऑपरेट किया, हेल्प भी किया बहुत, पर एक दो बार वो अटक गया बीच में तो हमको ऐसा लग रहा था कि बहुत कम ही जगह पे हम लोग इजीली एक्सेस कर सकते हैं और हमको जब बाहर जाती हूँ तब ऐसा फील होता है कि बड़े होके कैसे करके अकेला अकेला सब कुछ करूंगी और जब अंदर रहती हूँ तब भी बाहर जाने का मन करता है तो I don't know how to express rightly. So how to deal with my hard days?
Soma, you want to say something?
That Samragi altogether a different discussion also with like ma'am, you see that the positive is also right. You are saying that they tried a lot. At least restaurant and there is a stair. So they have at least that says that there is available to because infrastructure हमेशा नहीं होता है रैंप बन जाए या लिफ्ट बन जाए तो एटलीस्ट दे हैव ट्राइड टू हैव अ लिफ्ट एंड दे ट्राई टू सपोर्ट यू बट या अगर हम लोग कहीं जाना चाहते हैं एंड देन ये दुख होता है दैट इज ओके बट what we can without that we can do like we have done already we can do a Kolkata because I know you and you are from Kolkata के एक एक्सेस ऑडिट कर लेंगे all accessible for person with wheelchair users okay so you can do something positive out of it also and what I love you personally that see that all you can do you have your MC so you are an MC you are and you did good fellowship uh, as a woman disability scholar you have recently from one of the very reputed NGO in India you are now social media Instagram and you are getting awareness through your own so all are social already playing and awareness that how much it is needed to have accessibility solutions and how much it is accessibility where we are going yeah sometimes that and sometimes it's not other कोई करना चाहते वो right but it didn't work वो हमेशा होता है हम लोगों की जिंदगी में हमें हर रोज होगा कुछ तो to have a plan B okay so but that also reminds us that next session can how to cope up with this situation more idea about our or more session but I'm glad that everybody shared opening up yes Samragi here I can say the social value that I am seeing that people are valuing that there is a need of us and there is a need of a need so wheelchair user can climb the stairs. So you have that social already in the society and in that restaurant, right? Let's think from that. Here we can come like go somewhere else and we can have Zomato or there. But how you put na Samrati?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Ma'am,
going to
you're
suggest something more, Samragi, since we are talking about valued roles. आज से आप अपने आप को एक डिसेबिलिटी एक्टिविस्ट, एक सोशल एडवोकेट के रोल में देखना शुरू करो। अब जैसे आप इस जगह पे गए, यू फेल्ट डिसअपॉइंटेड। दूसरी चीज ये भी थी कि उन्होंने कोशिश करी, पर चलो उनसे नहीं चला। लेकिन एक कंप्लेन की बजाय अगर आप अपनी इंस्टाग्राम पे ये शेयर करो, आई समरगी, अ सोशल एक्टिविस्ट, अ डिसेबिलिटी एडवोकेट, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस, अपने आप को वो रोल में आइडेंटिफाई करो। एंड देन यू से कि मैं गई थी एक जगह खाना खाने, टू माई डिसअपॉइंटमेंट उनकी लिफ्ट नहीं चली, किसी तरीके से मैंने खाना तो खाया लेकिन मेरी एंजॉयमेंट उतनी नहीं हुई। तो पीपल अराउंड मी इन कोलकाता, क्या आप लोग मेरे को बता सकते हो कि कौन सी जगहें ऐसी हैं जो एक्सेसिबल हैं? मैं एक लिस्ट क्रिएट करना चाहती हूँ। नाउ यू हैव समथिंग टू गो ऑन योर इंस्टाग्राम। व्हाई? बिकॉज यू आर अ डिसेबिलिटी एडवोकेट, यू आर अ सोशल एक्टिविस्ट। ठीक है समरगी, यू आर नॉट एन इंस्टाग्रामर अलोन, यू आर एन एडवोकेट, यू आर एन एक्टिविस्ट। कैन यू ट्राई दैट? क्योंकि आपका वैल्यूड रोल बदल गया। तो जब आप वैल्यूड उस रोल में रहोगे, यू विल स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट इट कि और लोग मेरी तरह भी तो डिसअपॉइंटमेंट फेस करते होंगे। तो कौन सी जगहें हैं जहां हम खुशी खुशी जा सकते हैं? कौन सी जगह है जहां हम कुछ बदल सकते हैं? कैन यू ट्राई दैट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 or 3 months? Samragi, are you there?
Yes,
Oh, good.
ma'am.
Yes, great. So we have you as a social activist and a disability advocate. Two new valued roles.
Yeah. So Samra gave a new value role like from this 10 minutes of discussion. So
Yes.
so we all have many things to say. This is what we want in CP Rise dialogues. Like from our experiences, the challenges, the opportunities we have on the platform. So due to limitation of time, like more of questions we can't take. I will share your mail ID in the group so that if someone connect
Sure.
you, they can connect.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So please stay active in our Rise dialogue groups. What all are our thoughts? Like ma'am have now told that in our place, whichever it is not accessible, or you went to a restaurant and you find, or your park you went and you find this is very accessible. Share in our group so that we can encouraging and participation will happen within our community. Uh, so the session actually moved like good discussion and thoughts have come. So I would like invite Somaji to have a closing note for our session.
sure. Thank you so much, Amrita. And but Chaitanya has put up. Chaitanya, you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just say like there is very interesting, conversation going on in chats. So we should look at it. So Karthik is saying that finishing touch too good. The more roles we have, value we have, no matter how many setbacks we face, we will face it, come back stronger. So thank you so much, Karthik, for sharing your views. And Tejasvi writes, it's not about how much we earn. We should also be doing some kind of work. And Avinash is writing, nice knowing life in a other way. Yeah, it's also always a insightful session to know about all these things. So
Also said
and
something.
Gausia is writing like, ma'am, can we have one session on women's health, especially regarding the body activity and PCOD, as it's very common these days, I would suggest to include males here as well, because today itself I realize that we have excluded our fathers, brothers, husbands from this discussion, and we complain that that they don't understand us. I would appreciate this. Uh, so
Excellent, Gausia. I applaud you. I have been wanting to bring up this topic, and I'm so glad that somebody has asked for it. Yes, Jija. So I had already told Soma that I wanted to take up this topic. So maybe sometime in the future, not just one session, we'll do a series on it. We'll see what parents and husbands and fathers and brothers and sisters and mothers think about it.
So, Chaitanya, you have a series of sessions planned, so please work
yeah,
with that.
sorry.
But thank you so much. What can I say? I think shows
Jija wants to say something.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. That one wonderful.
such wonderful session. Yeah, like I was just like in a Sunday, in a Saturday afternoon. That too in a summer. Then if we stayed our so that engaging the session was. So everybody wanted to be part of the session, and then we all different feedbacks also in the rice chats, and also we will share that template ma'am shared that you all can start working on it. And like I'm also Maya Angelou, I also have a very quote from her that said that people to say people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel, right? And I'm sure that we and ma'am have made you feel very valued today. That is about this all this valued session role session, right? So for being a part of this session, and a special thank you to our to this powerhouse of energy, our speaker, uh, Neelam ma'am, sharing beautiful insights with today. But your thoughts, participants, your thoughts have inspired our participants. They will see themselves as individuals with more day onwards.
Yeah.
To all the participants, thank you for your to be there to join. And I'm sure that you not only stop it here, you will also with your peers, with your friends, with your family members. Today I learned something that is very. You should also feel the next time someone is talking to you, you should also teach them that. So and thank Amrita to hold it together and make made it happen. Thank you, Amrita, all of us, CP Rice team. So and yeah, thank you for everyone for joining, sharing your thoughts. But like I said again, you don't stop here. You have to what are the value addition you bring every day to your to your we like I put language builds culture. And one other thing that we also think that everybody has imbibed in us, that be a better version of yourself every day. हर रोज ऐसा कुछ करो कि मुझे लगे कि अच्छा कल जब जब जैसे मैं थी आज उससे मैं थोड़ा सा छूट अच्छा हूँ. So be a better version of yourself. That is, every day we are valuing at own self.
Yeah.
So yes, and thank you again for joining, staying, and look forward to have the series.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you, ma'am.
organizing the session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Raj to say great and encouraging session. Thank you to the organizers. So thank you to organization. iPhone, I don't We'll tell you iPhone only, but thank you so much, everyone. Everyone. Yeah. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.